The Indie Roundtable Radio Show, hosted by True Allah and Anthony Johnson, each and every Friday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Call in now at 1-800-975-5124, extension 712. Listen live on citybuzzradio.com, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Spotify.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you got us in this element, you know we must be around the round table. I hope everybody had a blessed and glorious day. I am True Allah, and my co-host is Anthony from Indie Black Films. How you doing, my brother?
How you doing, True?
Peace, King. I'm all and well. I know you have a caller already, so we can get into the get in. And let's rock. We live, God. Let's rock. Welcome to the round table.
All right, thank you, man. Thank you. What's up, everybody? All right, this is a Labor Day weekend special, and we're going to get straight into it. Like True said, we have our guest, Kimberly Joseph, and I'm not going to do too much talking. I'm going to go ahead and let her start it. Right? Kim, you there?
Yep, I'm here.
All right. Hey, Kim.
Hey.
All right. Go ahead and start by telling us a little bit about yourself.
All right. Well, hi, everyone. My name is Kimberly Joseph, and I am a freelance filmmaker in the D.C. and Baltimore area. I went to school. I went to Towson University, and I got a bachelor's in electronic media and film production, and I have been freelancing in the area as a production assistant and a producer ever since. So that's a little blurb about me.
Okay. You said you went to Towson. Okay, so I know we talked about this a little bit. So tell us a little bit of some of the projects you got to work on or working on.
Well, going to film school was certainly an interesting experience. There's always a debate of should I go to film school? Should I not go to film school? I think one of the first questions that somebody who's pondering that should ask themselves is what they want to do with their degree, and why they want to get that degree potentially. Because, ultimately you could end up or you will end up on set next to somebody who didn't go to film school and learn everything that they know on set. So I went to school because I do eventually want to become a professor, but also because I felt lost, It's not really like you can just Google most film gigs and have them pop up. You kind of have to know somebody. So I felt like film school would give me guidance. One of the things about film school that is, it can be seen as a plus or a minus is the theory side. I specifically majored in production because I wanted to get my teeth wet. I wanted to know what to do.
I'm going to buzz you in, but we live right now.
Good portion of classes theory, like gender and film, American studies, cinema,
How are you doing? Good to talk to you.
All right.
Those are some of the more theory-based classes, and then in terms of production, they have color theory and lighting, which was honestly such a crucial class. Lighting can really make or break a film, and then there's also audio classes where you learn how to mess around with microphones and see that side of it. So that was a little bit of what I experienced in school.
Okay. So you got like you said with the production side of it, they took you from A to B, kind of shooting. Then you went to editing. To you said even color correction and things like that.
Yeah, I was blessed that my program allowed me to have such opportunities because I know that with many of the other film schools around the country, it's simply just purely theory, and like I said, you could be on set with somebody who didn't go to film school at all, but then you can also be on set with somebody who went to an NYU or USC, and you're still on the same set as them, but the difference is they're $100,000 deeper in debt than you are, but they also potentially have more connections, yada yada. So yeah.
Okay. And so that's the one thing, the benefit from school is the connections. How did you build some connections at school?
Oh yeah, I'm awkward, but I worked really hard to just kind of like break out of my shell and make these connections. My school had a media production society, so I joined that as soon as I had enough money to do so. You know, I had to save up, and basically with the way that my program was set up, you had Film 1, Film 2, Film 3. And, like, Film 2 is, like, your junior thesis. Film 3 is, like, your senior thesis. And, you know, essentially the students would plan for these productions all semester long, and they would recruit, you know, their friends to come and help them out and help bring their vision to life. So that allowed me to make a lot of my connections.
Oh, okay. And so where are you working at now?
Well, right now I currently work as an art production assistant for HBO in Baltimore. I'm working on a show called Fiona City, just for a little bit. I'm a freelance filmmaker, you know, and soon I will hopefully be working on a Netflix documentary for my next gig for the month of September. So yeah, that's a little bit of what I'm doing now.
Okay. So since you learned school took you from like shooting to editing to color correction, took you all across the board, what do you say is your favorite? Like what would you like? Like what do you like to do?
I prefer to like write and direct. I know that it can seem like a basic answer, but it is what I prefer. I've dabbled in the art department, and I do like messing with wardrobe, but like primarily on the side, like I produce, so I just like help coordinate. Like that goes back to the whole like networking and connections thing. Like I wouldn't be able to like get any of my projects done if I hadn't worked on other people's projects for free, you know, and kind of gotten that like IOU, or just like been nice to people, you know, and like found out like, hey, this person also wants opportunity, you know, and reached out to them. So yeah, if that answered your question. Sorry.
No, definitely. Okay, so tell us something that you would like, some advice you would give to up and coming like filmmakers or screenwriters. One, if they decide to go to school, and then let's say the other direction if they decide that they don't want to go to school.
Okay, so I'll answer the second part first, and then I'll go back to the first part. So okay. I would say when you're deciding to go to school, you know, I think you should have a goal in mind. You know, when you're watching a movie, like, sit through the credits, look at all of the different positions, you know, like, those are all possibilities, you know, those are all niches that you can fall into, you know, and then look at your school's curriculum and really assess if you're going to have the opportunity to learn what you think you're interested in. And then also, I would say another thing about, like, something that I've noticed about filmmakers who didn't go to school, and this is a huge generalization, of course, is that some of them can become stuck, you know, at the bottom because they don't have an overall understanding of the industry, whether or not it's because they never took the time to research it themselves or because they were told a bunch of different things from a bunch of different people, you know, but like I've noticed that some people can be a production assistant, you know, when they're like 40 and 50, and you know, you're not meant to be a production assistant that long, but if you don't really have a goal, you know, so I feel like that is a benefit of school. You can see past, you know, your entry level position. So yeah, I think another thing that I would say is that, like, for filmmakers who decide to go to school, you know, you have to ask yourself, do you have like enough money on top of your tuition and your rent and your books and your utilities to finance your films. You know, even if the answer is no, like, not all hope is lost, but you do have to just consider that as well. You know, like, for my senior thesis film, I actually held a fundraiser, you know, to build up enough money to not only, like, buy the extra equipment that my school was not providing, but also to feed my crew. And that's another thing. If you don't feed your crew, they will leave. You know, you can get away with not paying people, you know, but, like, you can't get away with not feeding people. You know, you can't have pizza every day. You can't just have, like, PB&J. You know, you have to actually feed your crew. But, yeah, so going back to it, school, you know, something that I felt like my classmates didn't really understand was that every single homework assignment is your portfolio, you know? Like, I feel like, and because, like, film is all group projects. You cannot make a film by yourself. You know, well, you can, but it's going to reduce the quality, and it's definitely going to increase the amount of time you have to spend doing everything. But film school is, like, all about group projects. So if you don't like people, if you're not a people person, please consider that. But yeah, if you have group members who decided to major in film just because, you know, they like TV, quote unquote, or this was the closest to, you know, being a sports broadcaster, because I had one of those, like, as a groupmate. He didn't do anything. So basically what I'm saying is, if you have a group that is full of dead weight, that's going to impact your project, you know, and you have to be ready to carry the whole project by yourself, you know, and, like, start to finish, it's a lot, you know, from pre-production to production to post, like, it's a lot for you to be taking on top of all your other classes, you know? Like, at my school, you were not allowed to take, you were advised not to take more than 3 production classes at the same time, because, one, you had to, like, focus on coordinating your schedules with your classmates, and then 2, it takes a lot of time, you know, to get everything done. So, damn, I was going to say something else, but I forgot. I think that is a pretty comprehensive, like, view, a view to have, or review of film school, if I answered your question. Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, no, that is good. That's good. It got me a couple more questions, like, so when you were shooting, like, what was some of the experience of actually, because, like, we have a lot of screenwriters, and, you know, and again, if they didn't go to school, 9 times out of 10, if they don't have the connections that, you know, you were able to make at school, or somebody that's more of an extrovert would have, then they probably didn't shoot anything. So, like, if you've never done something, you don't even know what you don't know. You know what I'm saying? You haven't went through from beginning to end to see all of the pitfalls that could have happened. And again, like you said, in school, it was more of on a smaller scale, different than what you're doing now. But what's some of the things that actually, you know, some of the snags that you went through? So shooting, again, you were saying with the kids, you got to kind of, the main thing is, like you said, craft services. Oh my God, people forget about that. And how many days shoot? Like, basically, how long on average for the shorts?
Well, the average for the shorts is 3 days, you know, and that can definitely go between, like, 10-hour days and 14-hour days. That's another thing that a lot of people who are outside of the industry also don't really understand. Like, the average day of, you know, on set is 12 hours. You know, like, when I get hired, you know, a production coordinator or producer will reach out to me and negotiate, and then they'll be like, oh, 200 over 12, you know, or like 180 over 12, you know. And personally, I like the number to be at 250, you know, like, that's my day rate. And, like, I feel like when people try and go below that, they're lowballing me, because, like, it's 12 hours, you know, this is not an 8-hour workday type of gig. You are not working 40 hours a week. You're working more than that. A big problem in the industry is drowsy driving. You know, like, after working, like, because also I said all of that, but then like with a reality show or with like, sometimes these like longer narrative shows, I've heard of people who worked like 19 and like 21 straight hours, like all the way through. So people definitely fall asleep behind the wheel and they're crashing their cars on the way home or dying. The camera union, I recently read an article about the fact that they are, with their negotiations with the Producers Guild, they're bringing up the fact that they don't want to be working these longer days, And honestly, I don't think it's particularly fair, because like everybody else in America gets to adhere to a 40-hour work week. So the fact that, filmmakers are just kind of expected to work like 60 and 80 hours is quite frankly ridiculous. But anyway, other snags. It's always usually pretty difficult to find locations. Some people, they'll like come to class and they'll have these like grandiose ideas, they'll have these really good scripts, but it's like, I can't find a place where we can like film in the bathroom. I can't find an interrogation room. I can't find a courtroom. And it's just always pretty hard unless you have money, and ain't nobody have money these days. So, other snags. I mean, personalities as well. Like when it gets to that like 10th and 12th and 14th hour, like, do you, are you agreeable to get along with at that point? Like, are you going to constantly be complaining? Like, oh, it's hot outside. Oh, it's raining. Like this, that, and the third. Everyone is aware, like they're all there on set going through things with you. And if you're constantly complaining, then you're just kind of making things difficult, and then also if you're late, like, God, they will crucify you. There's like no CP time on set, like no CP time at all. And then, I guess like from there, it's also just like finding people, finding skilled people, like I feel like I built up a decent network of students, but like, those students now are going to get like part-time jobs, or they're also working in the industry and, they don't want to spend their day off, working for free for like 12 hours. Which is where it comes back to your personality and like being kind to people, because people love confidence, but they also love humbleness. So I think sourcing people is also definitely a big pitfall at times when you don't have money. But anyway, getting back into networking when you don't have school, I feel like first and foremost, you should Google whatever city you're in, and then put film.
You were kind of cutting out a little bit. Can you said go to whatever city or state you're in and Google what?
Film office. So like there's the Baltimore Film Office, there's the Maryland Film Office, there's the DC Film Office, and whenever like productions are coming through to town, they gotta go through them, in order to get permits and like just do a bunch of like paperwork and make sure everything's Gucci,
Mm-hmm.
And that is like, I know that for most of these places you can go and you can make an account and you can make a profile. And then also if you just like develop a relationship with the people who work there, then, maybe they will also hook you up. Second thing is Facebook, again, just like Google whatever location that you're in and then put like filmmakers after it on Facebook. There are a million Facebook groups, there's like DC filmmakers, there's Nat Geo Happy, there's like Atlanta pre-production, like there's just a lot of different Facebook groups, and it's just like if the first combination of words you put in doesn't work, try a new one, and yeah, so the Film Office, Facebook, and I think that from there, maybe even just Instagram, if you search like hashtag filmmaker, and then you find the account of the filmmaker, just say, hey, I'm interested in filmmaking. I wanted to see if you had any advice. And that's another tip, people will get a little bit thrown off if you just come and straight up ask for a job sometimes, because you might be asking for their job, but if you ask for advice, they're more inclined to give you advice, yeah, so those are just some tips, I guess, in terms of networking. I recently watched a YouTube video where a girl who lived in New York, she just said that she went around different areas looking for film crews, and then, like, once she got onto set, sorry, I am merging. Once she got onto set, she just went around asking for a job. She talked to somebody with a walkie-talkie, and she was like, hey, I'm interested in being a PA. Do you know who I can talk to? That person pointed her to the key PA. And then when she talked to the key PA, like, he wasn't very interested in what she had to say, So, and that's another thing. Like, in general, if you go on set and you're like, oh, I want a job, da-da-da-da-da, they're just kind of like, ooh, civilian, I'm working. Please leave me alone. So she noticed that he wasn't interested. So, like, she just kept talking to people on set. And, like, that's another thing. You got to talk to everybody. And then eventually she found somebody who was interested in, potentially giving her a chance. And then that person hooked her up with a Netflix show, So, yeah, that was a little rant on things that people who are, like, outside of the industry can do to break in.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you did give a mouthful, especially with the Film Office thing. That was a nice little nugget right there that a lot of people didn't know as far as that. So as far as with the Film Office, you could, what is it, more like is it like a guild or an association, or you?
I am not 100% sure. I kind of see it as like a branch of the government, or I would say like the guilds, the unions, they're a different beast altogether. Yeah.
Yeah, I already know that. I mean, so.
Oh, sorry.
No. I'm saying I know that as far as with the unions and stuff. But yeah, I was interested more as far as, like you said, with the office. You said that's maybe a branch of, like, more of the government helping as far, because, like you said, you got to get permits. I mean, from there, you can get the permits from there also.
Yeah, I think it's like a combination. But it's like, when you pull up with your film crew, and you got to shut down the whole street, then you need, like, permits so you can, like, legally tell people, hey, like, we need you to move your car, and, that's just never fun. Like, when you ask somebody, like, early on a Saturday morning, like, hey, can you please move your car? Like, no one wants to go through that, and you need, like, a legal document to back you up. But, yeah.
Okay.
I believe that the Film Office is just like a branch of government.
Okay.
But don't quote me.
Okay. And so you told me you had a couple shorts you're about to release. You can tell us a little bit about those.
Okay. So I have one short that is a documentary, and it is about my mentor's organization. His name is Eric Cotton, and he is the founder of the Baltimore Filmmakers Collective. If you are one of these aspiring filmmakers in the Baltimore area, I would highly advise that you go and check the Baltimore Filmmakers Collective out. Eric is a screener for the Maryland Film Festival, which is another tidbit I want to throw in, especially for the actors, go to film festivals and go to film festivals with business cards, because that will help you break in. I'm sorry, were you saying something?
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
But he's speaking with somebody. I'm gonna buzz you
yeah, so yeah, so my documentary about the Baltimore Filmmakers Collective, I basically follow them as they're making one of their shorts. One of their shorts is called Tori, and it got into about like 17 film festivals, and it stars a woman named Lisa Ashley, who's also a member of the Baltimore Filmmakers Collective. And like during my documentary, I'm not going to give too much away, but like she was talking about how she struggled, like, as a black woman, you know, finding roles that would help elevate her to compete on the level of an actor that was in New York or in LA, you know. She's also somebody who's told me, like, oh, yeah, I worked 19 hours on set, you know, and I got paid very, very little. So it just kind of talks about, like, classism and, like, segregation, in the film community. And then my second short is called See Me. It is a short drama. I'm so very excited about it. It's about domestic violence through the eyes of a child, a young Nigerian girl. And yeah, that is currently in the post-production sound phase. And soon we're gonna add music, and it's gonna start its festival run. So yeah, those are some of the things that I've been working on, and I can't wait to release to the people. And you can also check out my website. It's just thekimberlyjoseph.com, and you can see some of my other work.
Okay, that's not bad. Okay, man. Thank you so much for, you know, sharing some of that knowledge that you just dropped. Some jewels right there for us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm so very grateful to have been a part of this. And yeah, that's it.
Okay, perfect. And yeah, sometime next week we'll go ahead and have a little conversation. I think I can help you out too, also too. And again, anytime, you're always welcome to come back also too at the round table. I asked True if he wants to actually ask you anything. True, you got any questions or anything you want to say to her before she gets off the phone?
No, I just think that I think by her working hard as she worked, the hard work would pay off, and it's paying off being able to hear her speak in the manner in which she did. So I think that everything that, you know, is lined up for her is just patience, and, you know, as long as she stays steadfast, she'll become on top. And I just appreciate that, you know what I mean, what she went through to learn the craft.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate your words.
You humbly welcome. And we had a couple more callers also. So this is the round table. So we all live. Caller, state your name.
Yeah.
Caller, state your name.
Hey, how you doing? How you guys doing?
All right, we have two callers on the phone. So both of y'all can't speak at the same time. But
ladies first.
Yeah,
not me. Women first.
Ladies first. Go ahead, ma'am.
Why, thank you. This is Ella Smith. I'm the co-producer of The Kong Show on TV, Parallel Productions, and thank you so much for having me on. And it's the Indie Roundtable. The woman that was just speaking, the young filmmaker from Baltimore, she hit upon so many great points about networking. And I also just appreciate that Indie Black Film and the Roundtable also makes another level of networking possible.
All right, thank you. What's up, Ella?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Anthony? It's so excited. Like tonight in New York, we have a show going on.
I'm doing great. No, go ahead. Let's go ahead and give you the floor real quick. I just wanted to say hi.
Hi, Anthony. Well, thank you. Hello, how are you doing? I was just saying that tonight we have Live One.tv is filming stage high comedy at Aloha, the Luxor Suite, which is on 3702 Astoria Boulevard in Astoria, Queens, in New York City. And part of what I did just from listening and learning about networking, we were able to network with Live One.tv and get the producer of Live One.tv to come there and film the show. So there's not only the live show going on with some of New York's most amazing comedians. We also have Live1.tv filming it and also putting it on their local TV channel, which is right there on 3512 Astoria Boulevard, also in Queens. So if there's anyone from New York listening, Live1.tv is awesome. They're really open to working with filmmakers, photographers, and we're doing our networking thing in the community. I know the young lady that was just speaking before was talking about going to when you've had the privilege of going to film school. That is amazing. And being able to learn pointers from there. So I'm coming into this late in life. I'm over the 40-year mark, and we're networking and reaching out to those in the know, those that have the skills and the knowledge, and working all together so we can move forward together on projects. And this is one of the projects that we're doing, Stage High Comedy at Aloha, filmed by Live1.tv. So it's exciting to be able to network with them.
Okay, you said that's tonight?
Oh, yes, it's tonight. It's tonight. Going on, stores opening at 8, I believe. It's 3702 Astoria Boulevard in Queens, in Astoria, Queens, New York. And Live1.tv, which is also a studio that's located also on Astoria Boulevard, 3512 Astoria Boulevard. They're filming it. And they'll also be posting that on Live1.tv. And I know that you have a show that's upcoming in Connecticut, right?
Yes, we do. Next weekend. We'll actually be doing the show live there, too. The
and
radio
you're webcasting that or filming that? Or?
Say it. You were kind of cutting out a little bit. I couldn't really hear you. What'd you say?
Oh, I said you're filming that and webcasting that live as well.
It's going to actually be on the live stream. Actually, we're going to live stream it because we want the listeners to actually watch the radio show and continue to watch the comedy. It's actually a comedy contest because we're actually going to have some of the filmmakers that I have out there that's going to be judges and also be in the audience, also looking for comedians to come on the tour that we're doing, the Indie Roundtable, and also for, some spots as far as some for the filmmakers. So yeah, it'll be broadcast live as far as it'll be on Indie Black Film also too, like Indie Black Film TV, and everybody will be able to vote together as far as who's the winner.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you. And okay, so you said tonight. So how much is it to get in there tonight?
I believe the ticket's $20 ticket. Get in tonight. There's also great drinks, great food. The event promoters or producers, Dennis and Serena, they are there. Serena used to do like an Access Hollywood type show, so she brings that touch to it. It's like an award show almost. It's Stage High Comedy, so it is 420 friendly. That's part of the theme tonight. You can just get high off the laughter. And it's being filmed by Live1.tv.
Okay. Yeah, that's amazing. So anybody that's in Astoria, is where you said it's Astoria, it's the Aloha Club, right?
It's Aloha Club, the Luxor Suite, and that's 3702 Astoria Boulevard South, and that's the Stage High Comedy. Come see some of the best comedians coming to New York City. It's a destination spot.
I'm on my way, Brian Watt.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, that's So anybody that's in the New York area, definitely go check that out because again, you guys are actually recording it live, so everybody will probably get a chance to be on camera, right?
Everyone gets a chance to be on camera, and they'll be selecting the best of the best to go on to another show. Okay,
yeah. So anybody that's out there, definitely go check that out. And I'll go ahead and let you go ahead and rock with anything else you got to say or whatever. I'll leave the floor for you.
Oh, well, also on September 20th, I know we were talking about, originally we were thinking of maybe coming through New York, but I know you guys are going to be in Connecticut. But on September 20th, my production company, Paola Productions, is partnering with a local business, 3308 Eats and Drinks, which is a gastropub serving some of the best food that you can ever taste in Astoria. And we're doing a comedy variety show that we're filming. and that's being filmed by Tom Bibla, who is an award-winning videographer that's done like the Discovery Channel. He's helping us discover comedians, magicians, musicians, and more. Omar Illusion. So what we do is we come from originally doing live shows, and now we've discovered film. And then from film, we're just reaching out and networking, and we're just excited and very passionate about it and learning all we can. And we're so excited that you did put our on Indie Block Film, that you had our pilot episode running, and it was well received. So thank you so much for that, Anthony. And thank you, True, for having me on the radio here. Really appreciate you.
You humbly welcome.
Yeah, and no problem. True, I'm good. You go ahead and anything you want to talk to Ella about.
Well, no, I just think that what she's doing is great, and we may take a visit at the little show that she has coming up the 20th, but we could talk behind the scenes about that, Anthony, to see how we can infuse what we got going to maybe drop down on them. You know what I mean? Just to see what's what. But there was another caller on the line, and he have been humbly being patient. So, good brother, it's your time at the round table, good brother. Add on.
Add on? Me? My turn?
Yes, sir. Your turn.
Brian Locke. Nice. I appreciate it. Hey, guys. How you doing? I'm Brian Locke, Milford, New Hampshire, today, doing my thing on my stage. I think I earned it after being homeless for 3 years, and learning how to play, and I can hear the ring out of a Holy Acoustic, but give me a 7-string. The long short, I'm a singer-songwriter, and, music saved my life. I wrote a lot of songs about a woman I love, Christina Gates, a lot of songs about her, but, I'm basically just a singer-songwriter, kind of living it, and, doing my thing out here, and I'm pretty happy with music, but the appreciation out there is very undervalued, I would say. Kind of mocked and kind of go back to Texas kind of thing. But hopefully I'll be there one day, Billy Bob's, and many people can have many dreams, not just one. And your one dream should be your family, everyone. Just know that, and that's my one dream about me, is to have my family. I got a song or two, how my mom left me, and a tribute song about my prophet Tex, how I was brought into this world. A couple other songs. I was in Milford, New Hampshire the other day, and I saw this girl at the bar, and she was sitting next to me. I was drinking water, by the way, and I wrote a song about her, and it's crazy what this town is. This town is like a staple of music. I never realized that. Milford, New Hampshire, just like Laconia, and you got Boston and everywhere else, and all that fun stuff. So I'm glad to be here and be doing my thing, because I wouldn't have been able to write that song anywhere else, to tell you the truth. So that's that, and I'm living, loving, and just keep on singing, I guess. Doing my thing. So I'm going to go to open mic over here on the River House Cafe, or not that, but the other one, the Union Street House Cafe, and keep recording music in my phone on BandLab, and John Paul hopefully will give me the rights to release the master of my "Get Me Back Into Your Heart Again" one day. When he realizes that song is about God just hanging there, and about all the judgment and misplacement of this world, negativity, just how one guy can hang there and feel his pain. I'll tell you what, I feel that pain every day. And I put the shades on so no one can see my damn tear falling down. But it's all right. I still fake smile for you guys. Put on a stupid cowboy hat, and then throw it in the Lawrence River when I get mocked trying to go to the damn gym, not at the bar. So everyone can just pretty much see for themselves, honestly. Let me damn sing. And that's it. That's all I want. And do my thing. Tell you the truth. And a lot of anger and a lot of happiness. I shouldn't be this angry in this world. So that's the truth. Brian Locke.
Let me say.
So I let you, honestly, you do a music, kind of defer and let you rock the True. You want to go ahead and talk to him a little bit?
Yeah, I want to say a tribute to a friend, Jay Reichel. I wasn't there for you, buddy, and he's a veteran, first of all, and he committed suicide, dying the way he should have gone out when he was in Afghanistan overseas. He jumped out a third-story building window, and he got discharged for getting hurt on his ribs. And they kicked him out. And, he told me, he said, you should have, I need you, Brian. I need you. And now he's dead. So, I have to live with that regret of missing my friend. The only friend I really had, to tell you the truth. But anyways, he's dead, and I'm alive. I got one of his feathers in my Bible, but my Bible got stolen from me, by the way. So, but another one was given to me. So at least I got a Bible on me. And that's that, man. I'm just living it up in Milford, New Hampshire, and I walk around with my cowboy boots on. That's it, brother. I got the one thing I got about Jeremy. I got the flute. You want to hear the harmonica? Well, this is the flute. It's a blues. It's S&G. It goes. I used to pull that out, and he'd say, "Oh, don't pull out the flute." I got that with me, at least. But,
Yeah. What you say your name was again?
Jay Reichel. He was a veteran.
No, your name.
Oh, Brian Miles Locke.
All right.
Originally from Grapevine, Texas, 2203 Ryan Ridge. And then now I'm up in New Hampshire, Milford, but I think I'm going to make my way down to Texas, and not for music, to tell you the truth, other things. Because music don't mean shit to me anymore. No one appreciates it.
No,
but anyways,
what I want to say to you is this.
Yeah.
I know you have been through some rough times. That's obvious based on what you just spoke about.
Yeah, it's honest, man. Straight from the heart. I'm sorry, but it's true. I can't.
No, hear me out. Hear me out.
Yeah.
What I think you should do is take a walk to the beach. Bring every instrument that you have that you know how to play. Hear me out. And what you should do is create magic looking at the ocean, thinking about those that you feel the hurt and the regret about. And what will happen, every time a wave will wash up, it will take away the tears that you hide in and that you don't want no one to see. Let the seagulls in the sea world enjoy your pain. Because no matter how you walk, hear me out, no matter how you walk around with it, with that much anger, you have to now find a way to release the anger in homage, and you paying homage to your friend. Pay homage to your friend. Let your anger be a wave that you washes out in the ocean. And then when you cry, let God see your tears go out in the sea with your friend. And a lot of stuff that you're dealing with, hear me out, a lot of stuff that you're dealing with, when you really look inside yourself, you seek to turn yourself inside out, and you look at everything that's moving in you, and then you find a way to go sit next to the shit that's moving in you that's causing you all this disturbance. Then you will find that lady again. And you will present.
Well,
hear me out, good brother. Hear me out.
Yeah.
We let you speak, right?
Yeah, you're right. My bad.
And all I'm saying is, God is not going to allow something precious to enter with you if you this angry.
Yeah.
So what you got to realize is that What you got to realize is that for anger and revenges isn't yours to carry, my brother. Take it to the ocean. Take your instrument with you to the ocean and create magic. And then you don't worry about who will receive what you're going to do, because if God clears the way for you, you can become a millionaire tomorrow. Even in the midst of your own doubt. Just think about that.
I'm listening.
Just think about that. You remove the doubt from inside of you. Then everything that you lost will come back to you. But it won't stand with you with doubt in you, because doubt can't give nobody else a plus.
Right. Okay.
Just remember
That's all
that.
I needed to hear, brother.
Just
That's all I needed to hear.
Just remember that. Just remember that. Take yourself to the ocean with your instruments that you know how to create. Create magic with you feeding the ocean and the sea life.
Okay.
Because everyone that you realize and sees comes back and love the beach. So you go there to create magic.
Yes, sir. All right. I will.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. You're welcome, good brother. Anthony, if you want to ask him something about the music, you can talk to him.
Nah,
I want
I'm
to say
good.
one last thing, please.
On that one, I'll wait
I just want to
to
thank
you on that one.
Oh, yeah. I want to thank one last thing, please, if you don't mind.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, brother.
I want to thank God, first of all, because I wouldn't be here without him in music. He saved my life, and that's it, man. And also my parents. You know, no matter how much we got going on, family's everything. That's it. So, yeah, God bless you guys. I really appreciate this opportunity you guys give me on the air and let me speak my mind. It helped me. And I'm going to listen to everything you said.
Yes, sir, brother, because one thing you got to realize, man, life is therapeutic. And when you go through things, I have a caller, but when you go through things, it allows you to build. But until you allow yourself to go sit next to it, you're not going to grow. Hold on, let me add another caller. Peace, you on the round table. Peace, you on the round table. State your name.
Microphone Fiend, the Drew, the sound assassin. Alright?
Alright, peace, Unc. How you doing, good brother?
I'm good. I'm trying to tap into the show, but they're sending me all around the world.
Well, you got to the right one. You got me. So it ain't around the world. It's just a little thing I got, to make sure I get the algorithm. But now that you live and you on the air, tell the people who you are, what you have created, and the floor is yours, King. And I have a lot of filmmakers and directors on the line, so tell them exactly who you are, Unc.
The Drew from Public Enemy, one of the first black soundmen for rap music. In the early 90s, I was out with Ice Cube. Him and Chuck had did a song called Endangered Species. So, one thing led to another. Chuck was there. He said he was going to do his part. He's walking to the stage doing his part. The mic hit him in his mouth, chipped his tooth. I went back to the hotel. I designed the mic. It's called Microphone Fiend. Fiend is spelled Phine. I named it after my mother. Her name is Josephine. And that's where we at. And tell everybody to check out the website, www.microphonefiend.com. Alright? Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. The YouTube channel is The Microphone Fiend. So we've been taking the microphone all around, hooking up the prototype, letting people use it. It's a beautiful thing. So now we having a fundraiser, raising funds, so I can make more prototypes to put in artists' hands. They got a lot of shows coming up. So I want the artists to use them. And we gonna get the fire started. Alright?
Alright.
And for all those that want to donate to the Microphone Fiend, $ the Drew MP. That's the Cash App. You got the Zelly thing, it's microphonefiend@gmail.com. One love, family.
Peace. Anybody want to ask him a question? I got film directors on the line.
Anybody else want to answer? Hello?
No. Do anybody else want to ask the man something?
How to debate one more time?
Yeah, I want to ask you a question personally.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, bro.
Honestly, I'd love to be in a studio one day, to tell you the truth, and not outside on the stage singing. You know, I need to be in a studio. I'm not creative. So unreal how creative I am. If I can get hooked up in a studio one day, that would be nice, because I get screwed around here with people taking my money and not releasing my masters that deserve the world to be heard. Not just the United States, the world. So that's all. That's all I got to say. Thank you.
You know, I was talking to a young brother yesterday I had met at the car dealer, and he was talking about getting this stuff put out there. I said, dude, make sure your paperwork is straight. And why would you chase a label when you could just...
Grasshopper.
That's one thing I'm lacking. So I'll start with that, I guess.
Get your Instagram, your Facebook, your Twitter, your YouTube channel. Get all that together and just put your stuff out there. But make sure your paperwork is straight.
Right. Okay. All right. Hell yeah. All right. We'll do.
Meantime, between time you got any more questions, all you got to do is hit True, and he know how to get to me. And let all your people know we are having a fundraiser. I want y'all to check out the mic. Now, you know, anybody that holds a mic, preachers, teachers, it don't matter. Rock, reggae, R&B, everybody grabs the mic at the top, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They grab the bowl of the mic, feedback distortion, you sound like RoboCop. I fixed the problem. I got the patent. I fixed the problem. So, you know, the companies don't want to deal straight up. So I got to do it myself. So I'm having a fundraiser to build more prototypes so I can put it in these artists' hands and start the fire.
Yeah.
Now, if you go online and check out the mic, you see what I'm talking about. They got the finger indents at the top and down the side. Microphone Fiend. We fixed the problem. Now you can grab it at the top and scream all day.
Alrighty. I had another caller call in. State your name.
It's quiet on the set. What's going on?
I thought I had another caller. I don't know what happened to him, but this what it's about, man. It's the round table. You know what I mean? And
All right.
oh, there we go. Hold on.
Grasshopper.
Hey, Bird.
Yes, you on the line on the round table. State your name.
I'm just what's up with the truth?
Peace, King. How you doing, brother?
Oh, man. Blessed, man. I can't complain.
Well, you live. There's quite a few people on here. You got Drew from Public Enemy, the Microphone Fiend, the Sound Assassin. You have Indy from Indie Black Films on here. I can't remember everybody's name, but add on, God. The show, the floor, the table is yours, man.
Hey, Phil?
Say that again?
Brian Miles locked right here.
All right.
They call me Dex in jail.
And Brian is on the phone. All right, God, the table, the floor is yours, B. Add on.
What's that?
I'm talking to the caller that called in.
I don't even know. I don't know. I'm not in the minute. I put up the battery out.
I think he's going through something. Anthony, you got anything you want to talk about?
Nah. You good? Okay. We're going on through something with the phone. I probably got somebody else that's probably going to call in a second. They'll probably call back in a little bit anyway. But let me see what we saying. So what we were saying, we was talking about the damn school and if you should go to school or if you shouldn't go to school. I was going to ask you the same thing. You think you should go to school as far as with the music shit? Like the behind the scenes?
Yeah. To learn it's called music business. So it's certain stuff that you got to learn in regards to what you're trying to partake in. So whatever. I mean, if you're a rapper, you ain't got to go to school to learn how to rap. You mean you know you got to practice to do that. But in regards to trying to learn the business back end of it, reading contracts and things of that nature. Yeah, you should attend some type of even if it's a community college. Just attend something to where you know what you're doing because every day the game changes. I don't know what Homebreak calling on, but man.
Okay, yeah, it went away now. It was when he was talking.
Yeah, but it's all good, man. And I think the beauty of this is being able to just, to build. That's why it's a round table. You build,
That's what I was about to ask you. Okay, so what he was saying with the mic patent, what was he saying as far? He was saying you could go on to the website, right, and go see like the prototypes and stuff for it if people wanted to go and look up.
Yeah. Yeah. Microphone Fiend. I'll sing
www.microphonefiend.com. Fiend is spelled Phine. And when you go to the website, at the top right corner, 3 little lines, hit the middle one and go to the About page, and you'll see the whole story about the Microphone Fiend.
Okay, and you said the fundraiser, is it like a fundraiser like the Kickstarter, or is it like a physical fundraiser like a location?
Nah. It's like the Kickstarter. But, I was telling my people, I don't understand the Kickstarter, the GoFundMe, and all of that other stuff. So I just put my information up there. People that want to donate after they see what I'm doing, they donate.
Yeah, I feel what you're saying. Okay.
It's going down. Right now I don't have machines, so everything is handmade. So every time the donations come in, I go get some shells or I get some diaphragms and start piecing it together and wiring it up. But it's a beautiful thing. But you can also go to Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter and see all the shout-outs, all the videos, the interviews, everything.
Okay, so you just, and like you said, you just gonna end up just doing them yourself. You're gonna mass produce them yourself and cut out the middleman anyway. I mean, that's probably a blessing in disguise anyway.
No, right now I'm just trying to build prototypes. There's a lot of artists that's going out doing shows. So I want to put microphones in their hand. Once you do that, then you the fire starts. Because everybody's like, yo, where you get that from? I was at the show in Staten Island 2 weeks ago. And after me and Chuck Chill Out did our little thing, I plugged it up, talked to the people. Everybody was loving it. I went backstage, and EPMD, it was like, yo, Eric and Paris, yo, why you didn't come on the stage? We was back here. Your mic sounded better than everything they had up there. I was like, wow, thanks. And then Diamond D, their DJ, said, Drew, I do this thing every Wednesday night at the Salt Shack right past Jones Beach. Can I hold a mic? I said, nah, bro. I'll drive up with the family and plug it up and you can get down. We got the footage. I plan on putting it up tonight. When you see the mic, you'll understand. Now you can grab it at the top. The finger grips is at the top and down the side, just like you would do if it was a ball. But you won't sound like RoboCop. A lot of the feedback distortion is gone.
How many prototypes you think you need to get started?
Well, I can't let the cat out the bag right now, but 2 artists have mics, their own personal mics. I know they're going to start doing shows in October. The world will hear about it again. But I'm trying to build like 20 of them.
Okay.
When you got a machine and you're doing mass manufacturing, that's easy. But when you getting donations coming in and you doing them one-offs at a time, that's different. Everything is made by hand, pieced together by hand.
Exactly. No, I totally understand. You would have to mass produce for the machine for them to even get involved into it to begin with. So it totally makes sense. You got to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a bet. We can go ahead and, like I said, anybody that I know, I can let them know and put out the word. And that's all. I wanted to make sure I got the information right.
No, what I'll do is I'll get to. I don't know who phone that is.
Brian, my bad. That's in Milford Oval.
Yeah.
My bad. Let me put on mute.
Yeah. What I'll do is I'll talk to him because I know him personally, and I'll get him to put a package together to where we're running on Indie Black Femmes, and then we'll run ads for him. And then better yet, I might have you to have Andre to take a look at this as an investor.
Okay.
I just sent you some information.
Just get it, as soon as you just send me an email. I got you.
No, I'm about to send you something now. I mean, but we doing what we doing. Let's just be organic, baby. Just one thing about this. I learned that as long as we stay what we doing now, and I know the people that I have met by dealing with you, if his little magic number is 20, I think we have enough people that you and I know that can help him get 20 by him being cool with, not to drop his name, but the Chicken Man. I'll just say that. And and what I'm saying is that's very what he have created is very unique, King. But I know we can help him, and we're going to help him. And like I said, we're going to run the ad, and we're going to run ads for him. We know what we're going to do. I got some cats that know that internet, and like I said, we'll talk behind the closed doors, and we'll bring this to fruition. Our magic number is 20. So I got enough investors that I know between me and my man, we'll make something happen. Because his aunt is, I don't want to tell you business, aunt. So
I got you. Yeah. We'll talk.
So
all right.
Nah,
Yeah, man.
nah, that's no problem. I got the joints too.
yeah, so that's what it is,
All right,
man.
well, hey, God bless you.
All
God
right,
bless you guys. I'm going to hit the open mic over here on the River House in Milford.
all right, God bless you too, man, and just think about what I said, man. Go to that beach, man.
Yes, sir. I will. I'm going to think about it every day, every minute, and yeah, you know what I mean? So it's not going to go past one ear and out the other. I know that much.
All right, enjoy yourself, man.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
I'll see you guys.
All right, peace.
All right, bye.
Yeah, Uncle Drew, over here at this round table, man, it get real interesting.
Good thing. We need about 200 people on this round table.
Well,
a lot of people need information.
Well, there's a lot of people listening. I just don't interrupt the calls. So just as you was calling and it sent you to that chicken loop, that's another algorithm that I receive and let the number build up. So they also pay squares on the not getting through because the average person leave a message and then I hit them back. So, you know what I mean? I just don't be wanting to slam them when they building. But, you know what I mean? That's why if you hit me like you did, I could just say, you know what I mean? I'm going to plug you around the whole table. Like when I plugged you in, it's just like a whole table of people. Well, it was. But they definitely heard you. And from there, man, you know what I mean?
My man said he was going to an open mic. He should have let me know earlier. If it was around, I could pull up with the mic and let him use it.
Nah, I think he's somewhere out in Milford, New Hampshire. Somewhere he said like that. Somewhere out there. He, you know what I mean? He been through some rough times, man. You know, his girl left him. he walking around like Willie Nelson and shit. With cowboy boots on and...
Yeah, that nigga's stupid.
I like him like that though, cause Once you get him to calm down and listen, he'll go do that. And that's the beauty about being able to be live on this round table. It's just like, you know what I mean? He heard himself. And now, here's some people hear him. That's why I told him, we let you talk. Nobody said a word.
Uh-huh.
So now you got the common courtesy is to listen. And you might learn something, but you got so much doubt in you. So you got to learn to turn yourself inside out, and you got to go back to what caused you so much disturbance. You can't want nobody to pay you, and you got so much anger in you based on you feel everybody owe you. Whatever mistakes you made it.
Learn from your mistakes and keep moving.
Yeah, he talking about the girl he lost, and bruh, she said we're getting the nipples. Oh, God, we lied. Pardon me. Man, she living a life, man. So, but I understand because we all been there at that point to where you was like, somebody had your 10-minute ticket, had you playing different games with your mind, and then you realize, hey, man, ain't nothing wrong with me. Let me dust my boots off and keep it moving. But he holding regrets about his man, the veteran that did something, and he committed suicide. And hey, bro, you can't be the savior if you ain't right. Who you saving?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I'm glad you got to talk to him. You did talk to him, though. You did talk him off that ledge. So.
Well, because, whether you realize it or not, we may be really helping somebody from jumping off a bridge. And sometimes all you got to do is just listen. That's why I said, didn't we listen to you? And he had to say, yeah, you're right. My bad. It ain't your bad. Just listen now. Because everybody, you rambled. I heard you rambled. That's the best thing about being able to say, hey, he just needs somebody to listen to him. And don't tell him where he was wrong. Just listen to him. But then you add to saying, hey, won't you go to the beach, man? Take all your little instruments and go to the beach. You don't need nobody around. You create your own magic out there and cry your brains out. But just watch the water do something to you. Because you walk around people, he might be the one you got to watch out with that thing on. Yo. Yo. So, you know what I mean? But that's the thing about this, man. It gives us a chance to really build and hear people out, man. And promote your project, promote your brand, promote what you have, what you're striving to do. And if you need donations, set up the campaign. Work it like everybody else is working. Especially if you got something that will work.
Yeah. That's what the motherfuckers. As you say, that's what all the other races be doing. They be helping each other out. That's the only reason why we don't be where we at.
Well, the number one thing is, you got a lot of people that, again, it's just like in movies. They try to take over your ideal because they got the money.
Yeah.
So that's what the shit happens when it comes to us. I let you in my blood, sweat, and tears, and you want to take over it. That ain't how it's designed.
Yeah.
If you hear the aid in me, then you believe already in what's working, aid into it. Again, let it be an investment to where if you got it, you could just turn your head and say, that's what Jordan do. No disrespect. No name drop. They invest and turn their head. I ain't worried about that. If if it work, it work.
Yeah.
But
they just be already set up. Like, you know what I'm saying? It'd be like a every other race organization. It'd be an Indian organization. It'd be an Asian organization. And these niggas got money. And so when they see like a smart young Asian or a aptitude young, fucking Indian, they band together and say this man got potential. And they put forth for his business. joint to put them in the right place. They know that they got lawyers, they got this, they got that. They already got a system together that they give them that database to start. We already scratching from the mud that, I like I said, I see both sides of it. I ain't gonna lie, but we definitely scratching from the mud to grab our own shit. So when they get shit, that's how they be feeling. They be feeling like, my part. But that's how they be feeling. They be
It's
like,
all right. Just the round table. And sometimes when it start feeling good to you, you might slip out a little yang word here and there. And that's the beauty about being able to build, man. It's like, when do you normally get the chance to build and be free to say, hey, man, a lot of people right now is really listening to me, whether you realize it or not. And the best thing about it is being able to say, I'm here to brand my business. Because when you go back and listen to the playback, you're going to say to yourself, damn, how them damn commercials get in there? And then you're going to realize somebody had to be listening. See? Brand yourself. Build your brand. You're a film director. You're a filmmaker. Bang, you have, the sister was up talking about going to school, the ins and outs about that. That's the whole process of being able to build, is about branding your business.
Can I actually jump in?
Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to piggyback off what you were saying and, just recommend, like, for filmmakers and for musical artists, don't sign anything before you get a lawyer to look at it. I feel like most lawyers give free consultations, at least from what I've seen on Google. But, don't send your screenplay or, your idea out before, no. One, don't sign anything before you've truly read the contract, but then, like, also with, like, your intellectual property, try and maybe get the person to sign, like, an NDA or just, go to the copyright office and get your stuff, like, locked down before you put it out into the world and let somebody scam you or steal from you. That was it.
Nah, you're right. And for real, nobody should, from the screenplay point, no company is going to accept anything without signing an NDA. Like, I know we can't accept anything without an NDA. And for real, you might have an NDA, but we got to read it and make sure it protects us too. Because it's not like, that's why a lot of the places don't accept intellectual, unsolicited material. Fact right there. But yeah, nobody should really be accepting it without signing an NDA to begin with.
Another caller has decided to enter the round table. State your name, caller.
Say again?
State your name, caller.
How's it going? Ramon Sloan. This is Ramon Sloan with Swift Motion Pictures.
How you doing, man? You kind of had a little bit of feedback. Can you say that again?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, a little bit. It's a little bit of feedback. Are you like on speakerphone or?
No, I'm not now. I was. I just took it off.
Okay, yeah, I can hear you a lot better now.
That better?
Yeah. So go ahead. Go ahead and say your name again.
Ramon Sloan with Swift Motion Pictures.
Okay, man. Go ahead. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm a producer, director, writer of the film. I got into the whole film space by, first I was an author. I wrote a few books, and I started to produce my own movies, which were based on my books. Got a book series called Motivation Masters the Game, and it's a bunch of other series with that. Then a film series that goes with that called Circumstances. 1, 2, and we just wrapped 3 about 2 weeks ago. Got that in post-production.
Okay. You said one of you in the post-production. You said one of them you already released?
we got a few films that are already released. We got Circumstances 1 and 2 that can be found on Tubi TV, Amazon Prime, Comcast Cable, IMDb TV. Pretty much a bunch of different streaming services. Got another documentary on there as well called The Rise and Fall of Cookie Cow, about a rap artist who had a real big hit back in the early 2000s. And we just finished a documentary called Line 43, The Buried, Defined by Color. And that right there, we're looking to release soon. It just got done with post-production on that. We got a couple of films in the can that we're working on in post-production. One is called Untangled, and the next one is called Circumstances 3. So,
Okay. Do you got a distributor, or did you go through like an aggregator to get them on the platform?
well, I got my own distribution company. It's called Core Exclusive Entertainment.
Oh, so you just did it yourself. So did you go through like an aggregator?
No, I have my own distribution.
Oh, so you don't even have to go through an aggregator. You can go directly.
Yeah, I mean, you only really need an aggregator when you're going trying to get the companies like Netflix and stuff like that. You say what now?
Yeah. Well, I'm saying the Netflix and maybe I think only like iTunes doesn't let you do it directly. And
I don't have
only like a couple of them. The rest of them you can. Well, on Amazon you can now too, as long as it ain't like a short or like it got to be a feature film now that they changed. But okay. Where'd you shoot them at?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Like where did you shoot them? Like the location? Like where were you shooting them at?
Well, we shot them in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and then we shot Circumstances 3, Milwaukee and Chicago, and Circumstances 1 we shot that in Detroit, Flint, and Milwaukee.
Okay. That's where you from? From out in Milwaukee?
Yeah. I'm out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Okay. Like, how did you start filmmaking?
Yeah. Man, I just jumped in, bro. You know what I'm saying? I had a buddy out of Detroit that was shooting, and I told him I wanted to. He out of Flint. I'm sorry, and I told him that I was looking to get one of my movies produced, and I told him that I was looking to convert my first book into a movie, and he was like, "All right, man, I can help you do that." So, I went out there. Shot it, and that was the rest was history. After that, I kind of just started to make my way through the situation by, after that I did part 2, and I did the documentary, went on to did some other stuff.
Okay, so you did you have like a crew, or did you like shoot it yourself? You got like a production team?
Definitely. I got a production team. I got a team of other producers, associate producers, gaffers, grip, audio people, all that. Yeah, full production. Definitely.
Okay. And you said again, the films that you already got, they're on Tubi. You can watch them on Tubi and.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, it's called Circumstances 1 and 2. Circumstances 2, we got the guy that played Biggie in Notorious. He's in that. He plays this character by the name of Tiamo. And that's how you be able to identify that one. But yeah, we got that on there, 1 and 2. So we got another guy that's pretty known in the independent space by the name of Damaris Harvey. He's in the series as well.
Okay. How did you so you got casting directors, or did you kind of get it from the mud? Did you reach out to those? How did you ended up getting those relationships as far as with the
cast?
Well, you know, it was with those people. It was really more or less like knowing people that knew them. You know, like I knew Jamal. That's the guy. His name is Jamal Willard. That's the guy I was thinking about to play Biggie. I don't know if a lot of y'all know his name, but a friend of mine knew him already, and you know, it was just one of those things where he just kind of connected me with him. I shot him the script. He liked it. He said he wanted to be a part of it. So that's how we kind of did that. And then Circumstances 3, we just got Hoops and the guy Jeremy Meeks. I don't know if y'all know who he is, but he's like a model. But he just got it. He just hopped into the film space. He got a bunch of movies out, some on BET, a bunch of different platforms and whatnot. So we just had him in Circumstances 3, him and Hoops. And with his team, I just reached out to them, you know, sent them an email and told them that I was interested in getting a guy in a movie. We landed him, and that was that.
Okay. So how did you get the funding? Did you self-fund that, or did you have investors?
No, I do all my own funding. You know, I've been fortunate enough, man, where I've been able to fund my own movies, you know, because I'm in real estate as well. So it's like that's never really been a problem.
Grasshopper.
Able to, you know, through other investments, I was able to kind of like funnel the money there, you know, do it that way. I do assist people with funding and things like that, you know, for their movies. And, you know, I just released this course where I'm teaching people how to, you know, be executive producers and producers in movies. It's called the Swift Motion Pictures Movie Mastery Course. And in that course, what we do is we cover everything from the concept of the idea all the way down to distribution and marketing, meaning everything that I do and everything that, you know, most independent filmmakers are going to do, the whole process, you know, from writing the script to hiring writers, whether you're going to write it or hiring writers, you know, casting, hiring a crew, locations, wardrobe, product placement. You know, a lot of people don't know. A lot of times you can make money off of these movies before they even come out. You can make it, you know, off the front end when you're doing product placement. You know, let's say somebody got a clothing line. You know, we got a guy, he has a clothing line called Camera Guide. You know, he's real big on promoting this brand. So, you know, we were able to secure him in Circumstances 2 and 3 with a real big product placement. You know, I mean, it was substantial. So, you know, it's you know, I just try to tell people, you know, it's like it's so many different ways where you can make money off your film before you put them out. When you put them out, you got to understand the whole process, and that's one of the reasons why I came out with the course, you know, to kind of show people, you know, what these situations can look like, you know, when you jump into the independent space. Because a lot of resources that I wish I had, I didn't have when I first started making movies. But that's why, you know, I wanted people to be able to get this course so they can, you know, kind of cut a bunch of the corners that I wasn't able to cut.
Okay, where can they get the course at?
Well, you know, they can go to my website, swiftmotionpictures.com, and you know, it's a link to the course that's on there. So, in addition to the link on the course, there's also links to a couple of interviews, press that I've done, and also links to the movies where they can watch my films and, you know, things like that.
Oh man, that's cool. Shoot. So okay, so that was the films that was done. I always wanted to get those done. So the ones that you have in post, like how long before those come out?
Well, you know, I probably would take, you know, anywhere from 90 to 3 to 5 months. So depending on what all, like we gotta get extra shots and stuff like that. But the one film that we shot, Untangled, that movie, we're looking to release that in this fall, probably in like October. And Circumstances 3, I don't really have a release date for that yet because, like I said, we just wrapped on that. And literally, we just wrapped on that in a couple of weeks ago. So, we like really still in the beginning phases of that edit.
Okay. So what was from shooting the films, and I know you got a course, like what would be the one thing you would tell the up and coming filmmakers and screenwriters and stuff? Like the pain point they're gonna go through for shooting, because most of them hardly haven't even shot anything. They haven't even shot a short. So a lot of it is getting out there. But what is some advice you give them? Like you said, you ain't have that same, mentorship or help to start. What would be one thing you would tell them?
I mean, I'm gonna tell you, man. The main thing that I would tell anybody that's looking to get in this space, if they for real about doing it. I've been shooting movies for 6 years now, and I mean, we got real quality work. Our projects is, these are real projects. I mean, you can take them to any type of platform, and they'll stream on there and whatnot. So, I said that to say that, that if you and you got to understand that I'm coming from a space where I didn't know nothing about shooting movies. I just jumped out there and did it. My thing is, if you interested in doing something, and if you for real about it, don't let nobody deter you from doing it. Just get out there and put in the mix with somebody that knows what they're doing, and allow this person, if you trust them enough, just allow them to show you the process if you for real about doing it. It's like a lot of times, we think that it takes so much to do this stuff that we be trying to do, and when you don't know something, it's kind of scary to just jump out there and do it. But I mean, my experience, man, is like I just if I have an idea, I got a thought to do something, I just move with calculation, try to put the best possible people around me to work on this project with me. My whole thing, as far as like pitching projects to people and trying to get them to believe in that, I did that, and don't get me wrong, that'll work, but it's like I'm just one of them people that believe that people not gonna really respect you until they see that you're willing to put the money up and put the work in for yourself first. It's like when you just go around, you asking people for their help, people look at you different versus you actually saying, look, I'm gonna put one foot forward and I'm gonna actually move and do what it is I need to do in order to get my business done. So, I mean, man, if you want to do something, just jump out there and do it. That's the best way to go about it. That's the best way to go about it. Just do it. And don't let nobody tell you what you can't do, man. I mean, anything is possible.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man. So from what's your favorite part of the process? Like you said, since you coming from executive producer, so from beginning to end, what part is your favorite?
What part is my favorite part of the process of shooting movies?
Yeah, let's say even from shooting or editing or post or just being executive producer and being the boss of the whole situation. So your point, everybody has different job titles. Or like directing, or do you like screenwriting? What's your favorite part?
I'm sorry. I would have to say my favorite part of the process, man, is actually being on set, watching it be done. When I'm actually on set and we actually shooting and we're working on the project, that's like, because when you get done with it and you actually watch the movie, man, it's amazing to see. A lot of people don't understand how the process of making a film really goes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, when people get done with these movies and you shoot them, you know what I'm saying? It's one of those situations where, it's kind of like a surreal moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. How many days on set was it on average, the films that you shot?
Man, we anywhere from 9 to 10 days. We shoot movies in 9 to 10 days all the time. So, we shot Untangled in 7 days. We shot Circumstances 1 in 10 days. We shot Circumstances 2 in 10 days. We just shot Circumstances 3 in 9 days. you know, documentaries are a little different because, you know, you don't really know if you got to go back and get information with the documentaries. You know, the documentaries, that's a whole nother beast. So you can't really gauge how long it'll take you to shoot a documentary. It could take you months.
I go. No, I was saying, go ahead. My bad, I cut you off. Go ahead.
No. I was just saying you don't really know how long it'll take you to shoot a documentary. Sometimes to shoot documentaries, you know, it takes months. So, but as far as like with scripted projects, movies and stuff like that, you know, we can put the schedules together with this app they call Studio Binder, right? Studio Binder is a really great tool, man, to be able to put your movie together and the schedule your shooting and everything. You know, they got call sheets that they attach where you can send out call sheets to the actors, to the production team. It's like, I mean, it's one of the dopest things, you know what I'm saying, that production companies that they created for production companies to shoot movies.
Okay, you said it again. It's Studio Binder. I know what it is. I just want you to repeat it for just in case they haven't heard about it. StudioBinder.com. That's the website. And what's the charge for it? Well, you know, they got different tiers to it. I think, you know, they got a free tier where you can get certain stuff with it. But if you're trying to do, I always get like the $49 a month package where, because it allows you to send out call sheets to the team, and you're going to need that when you're on production. So I do that one. I'll do, and you know, if I'm not shooting at the moment, what I do is I downgrade to the free one. You know, I mean, that way you're not just wasting money, but you can get the $49 package, and it will allow you to do everything that needs to be done. True. Okay. So you saying more like a line producer, making sure you get, as far as producing, production, as far as, right, like more watching over and being the head of the actual shoot. I'm sorry, say that again? Yeah, no, what I was just going to ask is, did you do the budget, or did you have somebody else do the budget for your film? No. Yeah, I do my budget. You know, I have a team that helps me out with the budget. Of course, my other producers, but definitely I put all of that together myself. Okay, because it's probably, like you said, it's not as hard as people think, huh? No. I mean, it's just one of those things, man, where, you know, you get your spreadsheet, and when you get the spreadsheet, you know, you just put in there all the people that need to be paid. You know, it's like, if you understand that first thing you need to do, once you get the script together, is you're going to figure out, you can't figure out the budget until you go through the script and see what all you need, right? So when you get in there and you look at the locations, you ask yourself, okay, am I going to have to rent an Airbnb for this? Am I going to have to do this or do that? What do I need to do for this project to actually work? You know, once you put all of that together, then you'll understand what needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? And how much it's going to cost you. And like I said, once you do all of that, your director and your production team, everybody going to have a price. They'll come to you with their numbers, and then you just plug them in yourself, or you can hire somebody else. You know, me, I delegate tasks like Studio Binder, call sheets and all that out to my producers, just because it's small stuff that I don't really want to deal with. You know, you can't do everything. But when it comes to, like, budgeting, casting, you know, I mean, you got to understand that when you're dealing with these smaller budgets, you know, like most of my movies, you know, I done shot them for $50,000 to $75,000. You know what I mean? So when you're dealing with budgets like that, you're trying to keep the price down as low as you can. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really don't want to be hiring somebody that you don't need to really hire, like a casting director. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can use a casting director, don't get me wrong, but it's like, I mean, let's be real. If you can save the money and, you know, do stuff like that yourself, I mean, you know, it's going to help you a lot better. It's going to help you out a lot more in the future. So when you put your movie into Studio Binder, right?
when you put the movie in Studio Binder, what you're going to do is Studio Binder is going to break down all the characters for you. You're going to be able to see all the characters in the movie, who all you need, right? And that's how you can gauge it. And it's also going to show you who's number one on the call sheet and who has the most lines and things like that. So you'll get a real good gauge of what you actually can do through the whole process. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, Studio Binder is going to be your friend. Like it's amazing. I mean, you already know what I'm talking about, so you know what it is. So, but for the people that don't know what it is, man, you can solve so many problems. You know what I mean, with having Studio Binder.
Yeah, nah. You definitely dropping some jewels off this joint. I ain't doing well. So the main thing is, for real, I take the story starting from, where I give you kudos is, like you said, you took that in your own hands and you shooting at 50, 75 or whatever. It don't matter what you shooting at. You put up your own money. And you coming into a situation with your own money, you just come with a different aura. You come with a different swag, whatever. It's like you're coming in, you're not begging. You understand what I'm saying? You're not. It's not coming in like, and more importantly, you understand that if you're gonna learn for yourself, you need to get with somebody who does that, and then learn from them. And when you have the leverage to be like, all right, I'm paying. Once you're paying. They're all ears anyway. And if you come from the beginning and say, hey, look, I'm paying right now, and I want you to do the job right, but I'm really paying so that I can shadow you and understand what's really going on in this situation. So that maybe if I wanted to do it again, I wouldn't need to shadow you. So make sure you tell me all of the main points that I need to know. And that'll save you probably off your life, off trial and error, right?
100%.
You had a mentor or something like that, right? Not a mentor, but you had somebody who already knew what they were doing, right?
100%. But here's the thing now. That's why I was telling you with this course that I got, all of that right there, every single thing you can think of, I'm talking about is in there. Like, it's me going through the entire course and walking people through the whole process. So, imagine if you had somebody that was like not just instructing you on, oh, this is how you do this, but they giving you hands-on information in real time, you know what I'm saying? And it's not like a workshop thing, like with the course you work at your own pace. So it's one of those things, like if somebody take this course, they're going to be able, I got videos in there of me talking about the process. There's different work things that they can do in there that's going to show them about this. And all of it just really just us giving you a lot of vocals on what needs to be done during the process, and you remembering this and you keeping notes and taking notes. But outside of that, we also offering, where, when our graduates complete the course and they're ready to shoot the movies, then I can come in with my team. Me and my team can come in and help them to show them throughout the whole process. The guy that I have with me that directs a lot of my movies, this guy's directed over 25 movies, you know what I mean? Like, his movies have made a lot of money, and it's all independent. So it's not like, you're going to be dealing with a crew of people that's trying to figure something out. I mean, between me and him alone, we probably got about, 30 projects under our belt. You know what I mean? So, and that's just us. That's not including the audio guy and the other producers and whatnot that we have. So you're coming with a plethora of information of people who actually is going to make your job and your life a lot easier versus you just jumping out there saying, okay, let me make a movie and I don't know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
And you coming from, like, you said, like, the Midwest area, kind of?
Yes.
Okay, how is like the film, like, market out there in the mid, like, out there, Detroit, that area?
I mean, excuse me, the thing is, I mean, with it being digital, it doesn't really matter where you shoot your movie at now. In Milwaukee, man, there's not really a lot of people shooting films where I'm from. I mean, I'm probably me and maybe another person. But Detroit is, like, really big on it. There's a lot of independent guys out there that's shooting a lot of movies. But like I said, it's not it's not like your focal point is gonna be DVDs and stuff like that. So you really don't. Your main thing is digital. You know what I mean? So once you get done with these movies, you need to be focusing on the marketing, the Facebook and the Instagram. Because let's be real, that's where your target audience is at. So your goal is to try to get on everybody's phone. How do I get everybody to, after I do my premiere, how do I get people to go watch this movie on Tubi? Because right now, Tubi is paying the most money out of all these independent streaming services. So, all the people that's trying to get their movies out, if you got any sense about the movie business right now, you definitely need to be trying to put your movies on Tubi, because that's where the bulk of the money coming from, and they paying more than anything. Amazon ain't even paying like that no more. Like it used to be, Amazon was paying the most money, when they was like one of the first streamers out for independence. But now they trying to get away from that, and they're shifting a lot of their films over to IMDb TV. So because Amazon is trying to compete with like Netflix and a lot of the big places. That's why they just bought MGM. So just to get back to your question, the main thing a person needs to be doing is focusing on the streaming, man. Like, Tubi TV, and like I said, you can do that from Alaska. It don't matter where you at. You know what I mean? You just gotta have an online team or a marketing company, or you can just, if you got a big following on social media, just push it that way. Or like the good thing is, what you want to do is you want to be marketing your movie before the movie even comes out. So, and the best way to do that is, like I said, go get you some names and put them in the movie. Go get some people with some followers that you can put in your movie, and then go tag their people and tell them, hey, go watch this. You know what I'm saying? So you want to start marketing the first day when you start doing your casting, because that's how you know what I mean? Like, okay, when you watch it, just look at a lot of the Hollywood movies. When you watch those movies, that's why Denzel and Tom Cruise and all these dudes get paid all this money, because they FaceTime, right? So that's the same way you want to play it in the independent space. You go look at the independent space, go watch Tubi TV and Amazon and say, okay, what actor on here is popping hard? Like, ask yourself, who do people watch? Who do people want to see on Tubi? Like, who is everybody watching? Who everybody watching on, any type of platform that you plan on going after? Once you do that, then you say, okay, does this person fit my project? And if they fit the project, contact them and try to get them in the movie. A lot of people don't understand that independent movies make a lot of money. Independent movies make, as far as ROI, return on investment, independent movies do way better than Hollywood productions, because most Hollywood productions don't actually even make money. If you take 10 Hollywood productions that was produced by, let's say, Sony Pictures, maybe 3 or 4 of the movies was actually successful. You know what I mean? And one of those movies might have been really successful, so that paid for all of the other productions that they might have did that year that lost money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but when
that's exactly what they do.
Yeah.
That one hit
right,
pays for all of the other ones flopped. We even being nice saying that the 2 or the 3 was all right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, but check it out. But see, they're looking at it from a business aspect, right? So if Sony Pictures put out 20 movies this year, and only 3 of them do well, or 5 of them do well, they looking at the overall picture. We only looking at it movie by movie from a consumer standpoint. But when you own the company, you looking at it like, okay, if I spend $100 million this year on movies, and most of them flop, but then one of them make $200 million, then you just had a good year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're looking at overall, but this is what I'm trying to tell you in the independent space, though. In the independent film space, all of your movies is gonna make money if you know how to market them right. Trust me. Because the thing is this, we don't have all these ridiculous budgets, where we got, we got, $100 million budgets, $50 million budgets on movies. It's hard to get that money back. But if you shoot your movies and your cap is $100,000, you can easily make that money back in the first 2 quarters. You know, I'm talking about the first 6 months when you release it, or the first quarter, depending on how good the movie is. So that's how you got to look at it. You know, and I know that's one of the biggest deterrents from people who don't invest in themselves when it comes to the movies, because they don't know how to make the money back. The first thing they gonna say is, you know, just like me when I first started off, what am I gonna do with this movie when I'm done? You know, but now they got so many different streaming services and platforms for you to get your movie out to where it's like you don't really have to worry about that. You just got to know, how am I going to market this movie, and what is the goal behind your marketing?
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. And like you said, the indie films sell, for real, honestly, even at the AFM and at the markets and stuff, the indie films still sell the best, because if you put up 50K, you put up 100K, even 250 or something, they could say, all right, 250, we put $1 million behind it for marketing. We had 1.25 in. All right, this is going to make $8 million. All right, that's a no-brainer. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you $10 million in, you $25 million in, you at $28 million, you only made $3 million. That's still like really nothing. And a lot of times you said, like we said, the odds is most of them flop off the numbers, especially the bigger.
Yeah.
So, nah, you right off the indie. So it sells both ways. Like you said, if you do it yourself, I just find a lot of the screenwriters, like you said, they just don't. You gotta like believe in yourself, because nobody else gonna believe in you until you believe in yourself.
No, man, you gotta think about it like this, man. You know how many people out here writing movie scripts, man? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's so many people that's doing screenwriting, and that's not to discourage anybody, right? But when you're looking at something from a business standpoint, you're looking at the facts, right? So when you think about all of the people that's out here trying to do screenwriting, you know, I mean, come on, man. You being able to get your script out there and sold to somebody, man, do you understand how difficult and how, I mean, that's almost like winning the lottery. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, because if you're trying to become a writer and sell a script or something like that, you got to be within like the top 3% of screenwriters. Period. Now, if you decide to do it yourself and you become the executive producer, you still gonna get first off, you control everything. So you still would hire or whatever if you had to, or if you don't feel like a writer to help you with the rewrites or whatever. Right. So it's just you control everything. So if something gets changed in the script or whatever, in the end, you be an executive producer, meaning you put up the money, you make that call. So if somebody got to get cut or something out the script got to get cut, you gonna make that executive decision. Whereas, you know, somebody that's in the production might not understand why you cutting that from the script. But, you know, somewhere down the line in post, they understood why you cut it, because you needed an extra special effects guy or something like that. You understand? So, but you were able to make that decision. So if you're not putting up your own money, then and you're trying to go that other way, it is kind of like making it to the league. I ain't even going to like lie to you. I mean, not that it's not possible. Don't get it in. And the people that make it, you can see, because you can see that ethic and you see that work that they put in.
Oh yeah,
but to come in like that, you know, you fighting against people that have been in the industry for years and they write for a living at the studios.
Exactly, man. So when you really think about it, right? Think about even the actors, right? How hard it is for actors to keep getting work. You know, I mean, when you look at actors and they be in the movies and stuff, like some of these actors, man, they'd be lucky if they get it. Like they might have one movie that's a hit, and they might not have another movie that's a hit like that for years. You know what I'm saying? Or even if they just a regular person just trying to act and they just act really well, but they not like a super big actor. I mean, they'd be lucky if they get 2 or 3 jobs in a year. You know what I'm saying? So that's not to discourage nobody. It's just a fact, right? You know. So here's something that I tell a lot of screenwriters, right? I tell them this. I say, look, because a lot of them, they have all these unrealistic expectations about their script and what they're going to do with it. But you got to look at it like this, right? Let's say you decided to say, instead of me trying to shop all my product to Hollywood productions and putting them in these screenwriters programs and trying to get them chosen and win awards and all that stuff, that's all fine and dandy. But what if you wrote scripts for independent filmmaking, right? What if that was your niche right there? What if you just said, you know what, I'm not looking to go write a script and, you know, sell the script for $20,000 and then get 2 points on the back end, because that's not going to happen in the independent space. But what you could do is, depending on how good you write, you could master a craft and a niche where you could literally write, if you really good, you could be writing scripts for a bunch of independent filmmakers, and you might say, okay, look, you know, I'm selling my scripts for $3,000, $5,000, or whatever it is you're selling. Man, you sell 10 of them in 10 of them in a year at $3,000-$5,000. Even if you sell 20, that's a nice living. You know what I'm saying? I mean, especially if it's something that you're doing on the side, right? So, I mean, and that's just in the independent space. If you was looking to really make your way in the space like that, you know. But I mean, outside of that, if you wanted to write your own movies, like you said, and just get the money and fund them yourself, there's so many different ways to fund these movies, man. Where it's like, you know, then you control 100% of it, and you don't got to worry about asking nobody for permission. And then once that one movie do well, you take some of the residuals from that movie and you make another one. You already got the script. Then when that do well, you take some residuals from that one and you do another one, and then before you know it, you got 3-4 movies out, and every quarter you got money coming in, and now you can quit your job. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So this is how I look at it, man. But once again, you know, it's difficult to get people to see that. However, a person just got to believe that they can do it. You know what I mean? Like, when you think about all the people that moved to Hollywood, right? Everybody that just jumped up and moved to Hollywood from Nebraska or some small town in Kansas City, and then they end up going out there and they made it. Guess what they did, man? They took a chance. You know what I'm saying? They took a chance, and of course, it's a big chance. But at the end of the day, guess what? Big chances produce big rewards, right? So if a person is for real about what they're doing, just get out there and do it. But me, I promote things to people that is all about them doing things themselves, because what I understand at this point is you don't need Hollywood no more. You don't need to go to Hollywood and ask them to do something for you. You can do all that stuff on your own. That's why I came out with that course, you know what I mean, to show people, listen, man, not only can you do this on your own, but you can do this, and I'm going to show you how to do it from A to Z, and it's really not that hard. Like, people always try to come with all these big words and these different, you know, different methods and things of that nature, when really, man, it's just a matter of a person got common sense and you got some business sense about yourself and you got some drive. You can do whatever you put your mind to. That's just that.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. Just jumping out there for real.
Yeah.
That's been the theme of the last couple episodes, honestly, what people been saying. Just jumping out there, man. Thank you, dog. Thank you for coming on, my G. I ain't even gonna lie. And sorry about the phone thing. We was kind of busy. It was kind of busy jumping today.
It's all good. Yeah, it's all good, man. You know, so I mean, I guess we're gonna wrap it up. But
I wanted to go ahead and let my partner, True probably want to. True, you want to ask him anything, or go ahead and just elaborate?
No, I just honor that, he really got it out the mud. You know what I mean? Because he said he had another income coming in. And then he just, he went with, he had a gut feeling about something. And then doing that, somebody aided him in doing that. And then what he learned is that in learning the craft, it was different ways. So he took $49 and figured out how to mathematically do a lot. That so it's the process of what I like, how he put everything together in a different process form, without having to break the bank in order to become comfortable. See, so that's what I honor about it. That the steps and realizing we all gonna have ups and downs and sideways and different thoughts, but the process of looking steadfast. He just was steadfast in what his desire was, and he's conquering.
I appreciate that, bro.
Yes, sir, Lord, and he's conquering his desire in spite of what we're going through in life. See, this is what sometimes we all overlook. In spite of people losing their life and going through ups and downs, here we are still able to sit around this round table and talk to quite a few people just about how you went through the process to become comfortable. See, he never said, I'm seeking to become rich. Just to become comfortable. And in doing that, he formulated a program to give you from not A, B, C, but he said from A to Z. It's 26 alphabets and all alphabetical systems. And if you look at each word that we use, they are derived from those alphabets. So in order to put together a program that'll walk you through something in which he didn't attend college, he didn't get funding from here. So again, by getting it out the ground, it's a process and an honor to that. Because when God or Allah blesses you with the authority inside to carry out your vision, he's living out his vision. And in doing that, he's clearing certain things out the way for him. But he's just living out his vision. So, I honor you with that, my king.
Same to you, bro.
Yes, sir. But again, to be able to hear you say that, you took your own chicken change and made it happen. You know how many people come on here talking about they need money for films and they send me films? If I sent you a bunch of films, you would laugh. But I know with your mindset, I know you'll take some of it and be like, yeah, true, we could donut roll off this. I definitely could donut roll off this. Because I got the New Jack City, the New Jack Era project. The original G Money. I got that story. I got a story I got all kind of stories, man. And it's good you called in. And again, man, it's just good to hear that, you got it from the muscle part of your vision. You stand strong on it, King. And I salute you again, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir, man. It's an honor. It's an honor for me. Believe me. It's definitely an honor to be able to say, hey, man, I'm going to go sit up and watch this. And be like, he spoke on my show. And just to be, again, to just see a person's vision. Because what's in your head, one of the beautiful things about life is being able to roll out what's in your head into a vision. And then you see your vision. Because when you close your eyes, you still see the movie. You know the movie, with your eyes open or closed. But you saw every part of your movie with your eyes closed first.
Indeed.
That's the deep thing. And this is what you have learned how to master. In that triple stages of darkness, you then create light for light to see light. That's your joy.
Indeed. And I'm going to tell you, I appreciate y'all having me on the show, man, because one thing that I realized, is a lot of people, like more of our people need to hear this, right? Because just like you saying, how many people be sending us scripts and whatever action, can we help them get funded, or we can do this, we can do that, because they don't know different ways to go about doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, my thing is, I get it. It's not an easy thing to come up with $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, right, to shoot a movie. But the thing is this: can it be done? Yes, it can be done, right? And when you get done doing this, you're going to be that much further ahead because guess what? Like homie said in the beginning, you own everything, right? It's all yours. So now you're in a situation to continue. Now what you're doing is you're putting yourself in a situation where you got residuals coming in. Now you got digital real estate. It's just like you owning houses. Now you're in a situation where you can take this intellectual property and hand this down to your kids. Because think about it. What about all the old movies that has been out? The Knack, Superfly, JD's Revenge. Any movie you can think of, Cooley High, Dead President, all that. Somebody owned the rights to that stuff. You know, when you think about Ice Cube and ask yourself, how this man still was a couple $100 million, and Ice Cube really ain't made no movie in I don't know how long. You know how? Because he owned the rights to a lot of that stuff, and then the stuff that he did sell, he made investments, right? But it's called intellectual property. So you're going to take that stuff and imagine yourself having a catalog of like, man, listen, people that can write scripts, they don't understand how powerful they are as far as just mentally. Everybody can't do that. But the fact that you can actually sit there and put a whole movie together in your head, do you understand how amazing that is? And that should tell you right there alone that you can pretty much damn near do anything you put your mind to, because you got the creativity in your brain. So just like you can put a script together and figure that out, you can figure out how to put the money together to do it. It's not that hard. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, like I said, man, I'm just, you know, I appreciate y'all having me on the show. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I definitely want to stay connected to you brothers, man, and stay connected to the audience, anybody out there that's listening. You know, if you want to hear more about what I got going on, you can go check out my website, swiftmotionpictures.com, or you can follow me on Instagram at SwiftSloan, SWIFTSLOAN. And, you know, let's stay connected. I'm not one of them people that don't answer my DMs and all that, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I believe in, you know, paying it forward. And anybody that comes around me that's really serious about doing something, if it's realistic, and if I can help them make it happen, I can help them make it happen. I do that. A good friend of mine, his name is Steve-O. We just did his movie. I just helped him produce his movie. It's called Trust Nobody. You know, we got Shay Johnson in there, Jamal Willard. We got Fat Boy, the guy. Y'all probably know him. He a big social media sensation. We got him in there. We just did a premiere a few weeks ago, and it'll be released soon. We don't got a date yet, but it'll be out. So, but my point of me bringing him up is this. This is another brother who he started writing books, and he seen me doing it, and he believed. He said, man, fuck it. I see you doing, excuse me, I don't know if I can cuss. He said, I see you doing it, so I'm just going to do it. He pulled the trigger, man, I'm telling you, and we made a dope movie. So people is out here doing it, man. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to be that vessel for people that look at me and say, look, you know what, if he can do it, I can do it. You know what I mean? Because I don't come from movie, you know, producing. I come from something else. Right, but I was able to get in this space, man, and conquer this situation. I carved out a nice little niche for myself, and it's working for me right now.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man. It definitely was a pleasure. You dropped dumb jewels. Like, it's like 20, 25 jewels. Then that's just the start, and that ain't even nothing. So definitely everybody go to the site to get the course. And one more time, say the movies that's out now on Tubi so that they can watch those too.
Circumstances 1 and Circumstances 2. And then we got the documentary, The Rise and Fall of Cuckoo Cal. And then we got Circumstances 3 will be out soon. And Untangled, that'll be out soon as well.
And you said Cuckoo Cal, you said that's the documentary? About the rapper?
It's a documentary about a Cuckoo Cal. It's called The Rise and Fall of Cuckoo Cal. That's on Tubi TV as well. I was the executive producer and director on that. And with that right there, we basically talking about how he got to deal with Tommy Boy and how all of that just fell in shambles for him because of a bunch of problems he had, you know, with the label and using drugs and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, I definitely remember him now. Okay, that's fine. God. Damn, thank you, man. And I'm good, True. Anything else you want to say? Any closing?
Now, like I said, King, I salute him for what he have already provided, moving forward and going forward and paying it forward. So that's all praises due, man.
Man, I appreciate you brothers, man.
Likewise, King.
All right. So, man, listen, y'all have a good evening, man. Let's stay in tune, all right?
All right, true indeed, no doubt.
All right.
Bless. All right, yeah.
All right, yeah, it's on you. We say the clap. That's all we had. I'm gonna have him go on.
Was there another caller? Oh, that's it.
Yeah, nah, you good. I'm gonna go ahead and get the caller on the next one. Well, not the next one, because the next one we're gonna have live, but the next one.
All right.
All right, man.
And in closing, man, another great, successful show. I hope everybody enjoyed it. And in closing, as we always say, man, we come in peace and we enter in peace, man. Peace.
Peace.